Welcome back to my video, guys. And today I have a pretty special video, guys, for you. Today I sat down with a YouTuber called One Fox and we discussed the brand new upcoming game, The Walking Dead: Our World by Next Games. We did discuss the trailer. We did discuss what we think what is going to be coming in the game, when the release date is going to be, in our opinions, and a lot more covered in this small discussion. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, just watch it. Recording right now as well. So how should we start the video? It's a bit weird. I mean,
Yeah, how do we start a video about a game where there's just an announcement trailer, really? Well, I mean, there is a bit
yeah.
more.
Did you see?
They talk a little bit about. I mean, there's one thing. I mean, I'm just going to jump in. There's one thing that I want to talk about, and that is a thing they say on their website. Let me check where it is. Something about the couch. You can also play from your couch. Where is it? Where is it? Alright, fight walkers on the streets, in the park, on your sofa, wherever and whenever you feel like it.
All right. I guess you're gonna be hunting walkers, and then maybe you're gonna be upgrading them at home. I don't know. It's
Right.
a bit.
Especially that you are they saying really that you can fight? Yeah, fight walkers. I mean, I understand that you maybe have something like a base camp or something at home, but fighting walkers from your couch, how does that look in AR? I feel like they will be walking.
Maybe you can fight them in your home.
Yeah.
Maybe just kill them they're invading your place or something.
Right, but I mean, through an AR camera, wouldn't that be a bit weird? Have you played any AR games before?
Not really. This is gonna be my first one. I'm aware that Pokemon Go exists, but it's the game I definitely don't wanna play because I like Pokemon as a general, but like it's like I don't know. I just not a big fan of the game. I've seen videos of it and it's crap for me. I don't know. I know you've played it, so maybe you can tell us a bit about it.
Yeah. So the AR feature of the game. I mean, I think that's a thing that most players turn off immediately. I mean, it doesn't add anything. It makes the game a bit harder to catch the Pokemons, and it also looks pretty bad. They released a video of the new AR kit on the iPhone, which makes it better. Have you tried AR on Snapchat? Okay,
No,
you should just install Snapchat and see how that is. If you use not the front camera but the back camera, you can have like your emoji, your character. You can just have him do things, and that kind of AR that will really work. I mean, it really tracks the ground as well, and the Pokemon is just. The Pokemon's kind of floating around, moving over the ground. It looks very, very weird. Yeah, I mean, I will add a video as well for the people watching on what I'm talking about. But with the new AR kit, it does look a lot better. But one thing that it doesn't do, it doesn't, let's say there's a zombie coming towards you when there's a couch in front of it. It's not standing behind the couch. It will be kind of projected on the couch. So
in the couch.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm a bit worried about on how they are going to tackle that. I tried another game. I'm not sure what it's called. I mean, I don't think it's a game to mention, but they also had an AR feature, or I think that's the whole game. And I tried it at home as well, and there were just smaller zombies becoming bigger in my room. It's not like they were walking inside of my room, and it might work if you're in an open field. I mean, then it will work, but not. I can't really imagine how it would be like if you slay the zombies from your couch in AR.
Yeah. I mean, the thing, I don't think zombies are gonna be a big part of the game, obviously, and killing the zombies, but like have you seen, they were like in one of the videos I saw, there are like footsteps on the ground and you have to look for someone, I guess.
Yeah, the gameplay, the gameplay footage, yeah.
It's a bit, I don't know actually how this is gonna, like, are you looking for some people? Are you recruiting like Rick and Abraham and all those characters from the show? It's interesting. Or maybe you're just recruiting random survivors and they join your army. I don't know, your camp or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, and
I mean, if they make it similar, because I do play No Man's Land
yeah.
as well, which is an awesome game, and also, well, you have your camp there, and then you pretty much recruit survivors. So I don't know if they're gonna do that as an AR mode. It's gonna be interesting how if this. I mean, we've seen some of the characters like Rick and Michonne and Daryl already being there, and they're gonna help you
Hmm.
out. So I don't know how. Maybe they're gonna be adding obviously more heroes and more characters from the show. So I really want to see how this one is gonna turn out. I'm pretty stoked for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of DayZ. I'm not. Are you familiar with that game, DayZ?
No, really, actually, I haven't
Okay,
heard
so
it.
it's an open world, and you spawn in, and you have
Mm,
to get food, get water, get clothing, get ammunition. You know, you can get sick, you can get warm, you can get cold. Everything. It's just a big Tamagotchi, really, where you have to take care of your character. And there's one thing in it that they really keep in the game style is that they don't want any stories in the game. They want players to make their own story. So it's just a sandbox game really, where you can do whatever you want. So you can be a good guy, you can be a bad guy, you can be a cannibal, you can be a doctor. It's really, and you
mm.
can switch between. You know, it's not like you pick one road. Um, and in The Walking Dead, I mean, I wish it was just Walking Dead Our World and not AMC Walking Dead Our World, because now you're kind of tied to, uh, you know, like you were saying, you can recruit Rick, you can recruit Daryl, but I wonder, I mean,
Yeah,
what if I don't want to be the good guy and want to kill Michonne because I want her sword?
yeah. What?
I,
All right. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm going with. If it's not like a set path for you to take, that will be, I want to be my own
oh, okay.
survivor, and I want to meet other peoples, and and they will have taken their own path, and not be really like collect all the survivors like you're catching Pokemons in Pokemon Go.
Oh, okay. Um, I don't know if you're gonna have that many choices. We'll see. I mean, I guess it's possible to some extent, but I don't know. It's just like
How
I
is it
can't imagine this
in No
being
Man's
like.
Land? You can just recruit whoever you want, or
Yeah, and you play with them all the time, and you make different teams and go on different missions and upgrade them as
hmm
well. Then you get weapons and armor, different type of gear, and you upgrade
yeah.
that.
What about the
Um,
governor? Can you recruit him, or is he always the bad guy?
well, you can recruit him, and then, well, he's not really a bad guy. I mean, he's on your he's when you have him already, he's like you can play with him, you can use his abilities and everything.
Okay.
Obviously, you can play with him if there is like this feature called Outposts where you attack other players, and they build their own bases and stuff, and they put their own characters. So if they put Governor, you can obviously fight him as a bad guy, obviously. But yeah. Otherwise, there isn't like another way you can fight like Negan or the Governor. It's.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
you can also take that path of having the bad guys in your camp as well,
Okay.
right? That's what you're saying, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I hope for. That you're not really. I mean, what if you want to be? What if you want to be a lone wolf, or what if you don't want to have? It's. I really hope it's going to be an apocalypse simulator in the real world, and not really.
I
But I have no idea.
I really I really wonder though if I guess that this game is gonna have a social aspect to
hmm
it. Is it gonna be like clans or
Right.
guilds or alliances you're
Yeah.
gonna make with people, and maybe you can go with friends and kill walkers in real life, like at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how this is gonna work. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. I think
Um,
that's.
because
Sorry.
obviously,
Go ahead.
obviously, in like nowadays, all these famous big games, big titles, if they didn't have this social aspect, I don't think they were gonna be that popular, and people are gonna be playing it that much. Um, so I think the social aspect is important. I believe this game is gonna definitely have uh, I guess like a type of social aspect in a way that players can play together, I guess, and help each other.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I hope as well. You know, the social aspect of the game, and it's not go. You know, in Pokemon Go, I mean, it's a bad game. It could be a great game, but it's pretty bad. And the best part about the game to me was, you know, when everyone was playing it, you know, you would just meet all kinds of people on the street. And that died down a bit, and then they introduced raids where you have to go to one place to fight a certain Pokemon, and that really brought this community that died down a bit, you know, still together, and you would still meet new people. And that's one thing they will also introduce in our world, where you know, where you can kind of meet up with other survivors, where the game helps you to all go to the same location where you can play together. Yeah.
Mm.
But it's
Okay.
not going to be as big as
Mm.
Pokemon Go. So you know, it has to be a bit larger than how they do it there. Because I mean, in my area, you know, if I think if there are 5 players that will play this game a lot, I mean, I think that's a high. I think that will even be a high number. You're from London, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think you.
I mean, oh yes, London is gonna be
Yeah.
amazing to play
Yeah.
this game, and you know,
Yeah.
well, it's gonna be crazy if you're living in like a large city.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah. I live in a smaller city, so you know, I don't think we get a lot of players here.
I mean, the thing with this game is that unlike Pokemon Go, this game is based on a TV show. So obviously, only people that I guess watch the TV show are gonna play this game, and it depends how many people watch it in your country, I guess.
Pokemon
I know
Go
in
is
UK,
also
The
a
Walking Dead
TV
is pretty
show, but
popular.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, I know, but it's still Pokemon. Pokemon is like more love like animation,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
anime, where it's mostly
Right.
kids playing, whereas in The Walking Dead is mainly
Yeah,
adults. So it's I guess it's a different
yeah,
audience. But I know there are kids playing No Man's Sky as well. So it's I guess obviously people are gonna be
yeah.
playing.
Well, and
Yeah,
Pokemon,
it's
you'll be shocked. I'm 26, and I'm usually the youngest person at raids. We're there. There are a lot of adults playing that game. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be one of the youngest one in our world, I guess. Now, anyway, uh, so let's talk about the trailer. What were your first impressions when you just look at the trailer there? You said, "Whoa!" Like a Walking Dead VR game, like AR game, like.
Yeah, I got super excited. But that's also, you know, when I think about it too much, you really don't know which way they're going with it. I mean, they can make a great game, or it could just be a game full of gimmicks and not really like you know, how do I say it? I mean, they can go both ways. I don't know. And when I saw it, I guess it would be a great combination to have, you know, to me, I immediately thought about DayZ, you know, picking that game up and putting it in an open world, in the real world, as an AR game. So I really
Mm.
hope they take that path of, you know, just having a Tamagotchi really on your phone, where you have to go around, slay zombies, and make sure your character doesn't die.
All right. I mean, the trailer, like, I really like the fact it started like a normal trailer, and I believe they were going to a hospital, or was it just a store,
Yeah,
like a
store, yeah,
shop?
gas station,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, like a grocery store, and then there is like this zombie just comes out. I literally freaked out the first time because I didn't expect that, where it just jumps from the dark.
Yeah,
But yeah, and after that, I love the fact that they use like katanas and different assault rifles and
yeah.
grenades. I believe it was a grenade launcher or just like a lower grenade. And then that was really cool if you could actually use those virtual weapons to kill the walkers. That's gonna be pretty sick. Um, yeah, and from the looks of it, you know, there were like a couple of people in that shop at the same time. So I guess
Yeah,
this is part of the social aspect. Maybe they're promoting as well.
yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. You just go with like a couple of your friends and you just kill zombies like walkers and just. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be pretty cool. Um,
Yeah, I think that's really, you know, one thing that they really have to add is the social aspect of the game. I mean, if it's just, you know, me running around the streets killing zombies by myself, and then see another person running around as well with his phone, but in a total different world. That would really, I mean, I think that would be a real bummer.
Mm. I mean, I guess it's gonna look weird to the people like that are not playing the game.
Well, that's
Like, why are
yeah,
you walking with
yeah,
your phone like that? Why are you running?
right.
I,
Well, that's the same with finding a sword. How is that going to work? Do you just swipe your phone, or are you really going to, really swing your phone around? I hope not, but
or just throw your phone on the grass,
yeah,
it just explodes.
it's a grenade. Yeah, but I
I
mean, I
mean,
have no idea how we're going to implement those things. Yeah, I think in the gameplay trailer they use a crossbow, right? Yeah,
oh yeah, he does.
and then he
I mean,
just
no, but we take these characters like the heroes, the characters of the show. They're virtual characters. They're not real, so obviously their weapons it's quite possible because also the walkers are virtual. So like, it makes sense for them to just kill them like that.
right.
That's fine. That's like normal animation. Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting.
And what are you hoping for?
Yeah.
Do you hope you can really switch characters? Like one time you can play Rick and another time you can play Michonne, or you have your own character that you
Oh,
own survive?
I believe actually it's gonna be your own character, and these characters are gonna be more of an assistant character, I guess.
Yeah,
Just maybe bring them just like when you're in
as a
trouble and
pet.
stuff. But otherwise, I don't think it's gonna be like normal like characters that you can play with. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I hope that you can also just have your own character. Yeah.
Do you wanna talk a bit about the release date? Let's see, maybe predict when the game is gonna be out.
Yeah.
I know we've seen it already on the Lex Games revenue report for Q3
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
Um, I
Well,
mean, it's.
yeah, today I was looking at their Facebook as well, and I was reading the comments on all the posts. And like a month ago, people were they were asking when is the release date? When's the release date? They were all saying, well, we will announce something soon. This was, I think, more than a month or almost a month ago, and
Well, this came out on the 3rd of November, so it should have been, yeah, exactly like almost a month.
yeah.
Um,
Then what is soon in the gaming world. I think it's always weeks, not months. So
mm,
so a max of around 7 weeks before they announce something. So it's either this week, next week, or the week after that. We will have to hear something more about the game, and I think it will be a release date. I hope.
I mean, I believe they were going for a soft launch by the end of this year, January 2018, the latest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's pretty much not enough time. There's not even a month left of this year, and obviously, you have the holidays coming up, so people are gonna go on holiday. So if they are announcing something, they have to do it before that. So that's about 3 weeks from now, the 2nd of December, the day we're recording this. So yeah, I mean, they. I guess, I mean, it's gonna be a soft launch. A soft launch usually companies do it because they do it like 2-3 countries around the world,
Mm-hmm.
and if you wanna play, you usually have to like change your store location and just download the game. But with this game, it looks weird because if it's an AR, I guess it's only going to be made for those countries because it's like not like any other normal game you can play where it just comes out and you don't need to go out and just kill walkers and stuff. Because if it's only localized for your region right now, I guess you won't be seeing walkers around you.
Right.
It's because I believe I'm not sure, but maybe you can tell me the Pokemon Go uses like Google Maps for this, right?
Yeah. They switched.
To
They
locate the
just
streets and
switched
everything.
to Open Street Maps. Yeah, but yes, they before they
Yeah. I
had
mean,
Google Maps. Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. If the game comes is as a soft launch in only like 2-3 countries, I don't think people in the other countries are gonna be able to play it. I mean, they can still download it, but if they
Right.
don't have most of the features there,
Right.
you pretty much gonna be unnecessary. And the way it says on the report, if it comes out December, January as a soft launch, it takes like 4 or 5 months. So it's gonna be with us early summer, I guess, late spring, like April, May, June
Yeah.
2018. So it's pretty much like half a year still from now. I mean, Yeah, I mean it's gonna be pretty bad if I have to wait another half a year. We'll be waiting for like what 3 4 months now. It was end of August when they put the trailer up, so that's about three months now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, for Pokemon, before the makers of Pokemon had another game, Ingress, which is also an it's not AR, but it's a location-based game as well. And they would have portals, and portals where places like a statue or a famous building or stuff like that. And they imported those portals into Pokemon Go as Pokestops and gyms. So
Okay.
they released, I think it was already released in America, but in the Netherlands we were also able to download it through another way. And then
Oh.
there were already Pokemons around, all the Pokestops were there. But yeah, maybe next games had a deal with Ingress where they bought all their what do you call it? Their virtual intelligence things. Their where
They did.
all the stops are, the famous
Did.
locations, or
Oh,
they
okay.
just fill in. They just add points to the map randomly where missions are.
Hmm. All right. I don't know what to say actually, because unless I mean, we can make another one of these type of discussions after the game comes out, which is going to
Mm-hmm.
be quite interesting to compare it with our expectations and what we actually saw. Obviously, if we are able to play it as a soft launch, I don't expect a lot because it's still a soft launch, it's still being developed, but it's just being released out there to a couple of people. To like, it's like public beta, you know. It's like they test it,
Yeah.
people test it, give their feedback, and go like, oh, okay, so I like this feature, you should leave it, but I don't like this one, so you should
Right.
take it out. Oh, this one is really nice, but this is how you can improve it, you know, this type of stuff. So obviously, I guess the community feedback is really important for the um.
When No Man's Land got released, was it already a full game, or were there still features missing?
Well, if I had to compare it now and 2 years ago when it came out, definitely a lot of features were introduced and a lot of new changes were made. But I didn't really start playing at the very beginning. I started like a month and a half after that.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure how this was. I believe, I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure. Not the right person to ask that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because these days most of the games that got a public release are not finished at all. They are all in beta or even alpha before, and then they just keep
Mm,
adding new features before they say it's a 1.0 game. They will just still keep adding new features as well. So I think that's a blurred line on when is a game fully released. I think they will just the only reason why they would start small is to make sure the servers can keep up. If you look at Pokemon Go, the first 3 months or so, it was usually a screen that the server was down. There was
yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
was like 50% of the game.
All right.
So they might have that
Um.
as a. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure which road they will take with that as well. Are they really going for a full launch, or will they just kind of slowly roll the game out?
Mm,
If you look at the
okay.
Q3 about what they want, it looks like they want to go soft launch, have a couple of players or a country or whatever, play the game, and then go for full launch. But I'm not sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, this is already like people are testing it anyway because it's only released in like a couple of regions, so only those people can play it usually. Because I mean, a lot of people are also excited for that, so they try to get their hands on the game as soon as possible. So they change their locations, download the game, play it because it's still playable. It's still playable. The only problem is, I believe, with the oh no, it's actually that's fine as well. Like with the in-app purchases, but that's fine because you can, yeah, that's not a problem. But you can still play it. You can still play it even though it's in beta. Although every time there is an update, you have to switch back to that location store to actually update it and then switch back to yours. That's
Right.
that's the only problem you can have. But that's what I said is like this game is an AR game. It's a different type of game. It's it's what most games are pretty much doing. Most companies are doing today. You know, this is I believe the second largest title after Pokemon.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead being a AR game. So no, this is actually an AR game, not a VR game. Was it is it Pokemon Go an AR game as well, or was it? What is it? Is it VR AR?
Yeah, no, it's AR. VR is
It's AR.
if
It's
VR.
virtual. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. So you really immerse yourself in the virtual world, and AR is. It's not even the camera where you can see through, but it's also just another layer adding to the a digital layer added to the real world.
So I'm just looking back at the predicted release. Well, they actually did say that in the soft launch the game will be published a limited amount of players or certain markets for testing purposes, and so obviously the company takes or tests the technology and everything is working fine. And they did say it's expected to begin at the end of 2017 and latest January 2018. So there's like no other information though. It's like, oh my god, why? Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how it goes. But yeah, I guess that's it pretty much. I guess we covered mostly the topics. Don't think there's anything else to cover at this point in time. I mean, we can come back for a discussion again at a later date as well.